alright everybody? How's it going? Right, I gotta fix this Nissan Ariya, I gotta get the parts done, and I gotta get it fixed. So let's start off with doing some wiring. Right, one of my first jobs, well it is my first job I think. No, I've taken a few things off. I've taken the water bottle off. I'll have to buy a new one. I can't repair it. There's no point trying to repair it because if it leaks once the bumper's back on, it'll be terrible. Anyway, it's back to this. My first job here is this. I did try and show in the last one. This brown wire is been damaged. I mean, you could put a bit of tape around it, but that's not a proper job, is it? So I have got, where have I got it? Let's put that there. I have got exactly the same connect there, look. It's the same one. If I turn around that way like that, turn that one around that way like that, it is the same connector. And down by there, look, there's the little bits and a thing to keep it waterproof. So I'm going to cut these wires off one by one and put them in this connector. Right, okay then, there we go. I got the new connector on. I don't know if you can see there. Let's put my hand there. There we go. And if you look down in there, we got the little bungs in there, the little sort of rubber things there to stop the water going in, stop the ingress in the water. So there we go. Look, pointed that way there. You can see the metal things that are in there. So there we go. I'll put some insulation tape up here now and up to there, like it was before. I got some black insulation tape, and that's that job done, fixed. Right, this is me a little bit in the future, and that wire in there I just did, the blue and the brown wire are the wrong way round. And I think it might be to do with, because I'm trying to film and do it at the same time, I've got a bit confused and I've put it the wrong way round. Now, that's going to cause me problems a little bit later on down in the line because I've already put the bumper on and it's difficult to try and do the wiring once the bumper's on, which means at some point further on in the future, I'm going to have to take the bumper off and check the wiring because there is a fault with that parking sensor. It's not working. And I've tried 2 parking sensors, even with the wiring changed around the right way, unless it damaged the actual module. I don't think it did because all the other parking sensors are working. You can touch them, you can feel them. When you go and touch a parking sensor, you can feel like a tap, 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 but the one on the end is dead. And I think the wiring is bust a little bit further on in the loom, but I should have checked that before I put the bumper back on. Ooh. Right, I just got back from the Nissan dealer, bought this piece here, along here. That was a reasonable price, considering Nissans are expensive. But I wanted to put that on first of all. Because I have got parts coming, but some of the parts you can't get used online. You've got to just buy new. That's just the way it is because the car's so new. But I put this on so I could see if the bumper was lining up. I'll show you what I mean now. I'll close the bumper. Bonnet, I mean, not bumper. I'll close the bonnet. Now the bonnet is damaged by here, like that. But if you ignore the sun, if I push that down there, that gap there is the same as that gap there. It looks different because the sun is shining over here, but it is the same, trust me. So I just wanted to see, I'm trying to make sure if that bit there hadn't pushed back, but it seems to be okay. Now, if you have bought a Nissan and you want to find parts, and you've bought a Nissan like me, and the insurance company has taken parts off and not put them in the back of the car, so you don't know what parts are, what part numbers to get, you can look on this website here. It's called OEM Parts Online, and I've looked at all the body parts here, look, and I found things like if you go onto the bumper components here, look, it does sort of break them down and give you the part numbers. So that's where I found most of the parts. Instead of phoning Nissan all the time, I went on this website. Right, I've just come back from Nissan for the second time. I got this through the post. This is the daytime running light bracket. I need 2 of these. I ordered one from Nissan, but they said it's on back order and it could take 4 to 6 weeks. So I can't put the bumper on until I get the second bracket. I managed to find this one online. I can't find one anywhere. I'm at the mercy of Nissan. And I got, this goes inside the bumper, this bit here. And then, let's put that bit there. I had to order a water bottle. And the water bottle actually came with the pump installed. Now, I went and ordered a pump from Nissan. I got to try and get a refund because I didn't know it came with the actual pump as well. So it came with the pump. So there we go. That's that part as well. I'm going to put that on. I think that's a parking sensor in there. And I got a few more parts on order. And I got a bumper there. It's a bit scratched up, it's used, but it's the right colour. And then I got a grille cure, which is used. I'll take this apart now because he said you can't even put it on back order. The front grille, you can't even put on back order. You just can't get it. That's what he said. You can't get it. So I've had to buy a used one, which is not ideal. I did want a new front grille, but there we go. So that it is problems. You see cars written off because it's really hard to get parts. Right, okay, there we go. That's the washer bottle all back in, installed, lovely. So we've got a working washer bottle now with all the mounting points. I just got to put that top piece back in there, which wasn't broken. So I'll pop that back on in a minute. And there we go. Lovely. And that wasn't too bad. I think that was, with the motor, I think it was less than £50 for the whole thing. So I was quite surprised on the price of that. Now, I've also got this vent here. I had to buy this vent from Nissan as well. Couldn't find it anywhere. And there's a black piece by here. Under there, look there. I had to get that as well. I don't have to get stuff for the other side because on the other side, it's on the car. So I can take it off the car and put it on the other side. But on this side, there was nothing left. So I had to get a new one of them. There's bits everywhere on this bumper. And I don't know if you can see the hole there. I got to get another bit to go in here to hold the parking sensor. So I'm just waiting on bits at the moment. And the one bit that has scuppered everything is I got one of the brackets here. Let me get the bracket. Right, I got one bracket here. This is for the DRL. And this goes like that. Can you see that there? Let me get the camera in the right position. Somewhere over there. It goes somewhere over there like that, right? They come through there. They do come through there. I just can't do it with one hand. So that bracket goes there for the DRL. Then there's another bracket that goes there, which is different to this one. That's on back order. And it could be a 4 to 6 week wait. I cannot find one anywhere other than through Nissan. Can't find anywhere online to get this part. So I'm just waiting now. I can't put this bumper on until I got both of them. So I'm stuck in limbo land at the moment. Okay, so I've got some more pieces from Nissan. This is like putting a jigsaw together. So got the front radar, bracket. I think I showed I got the camera and the front light that goes on the grille. So all them pieces were missing. So it all adds up. Buying the car with bits missing, I didn't realise how many bits were on the front of a Nissan Ariya bumper. Now, I just got another bit here as well. That little clip there, I had to get in there for the, what's it called? Parking sensor. Then there's another bit here. This bit here, look. I had to buy that as well. Just a little tiny bit. And that cost a lot, that did. That little black bit cost a lot. So there's loads of bits you've got to get for the Nissan Ariya. This bumper is just littered with bits. Bits, and more bits. Now, I'm waiting on the DRL inner left bracket. I got the outer left bracket on here. The inner left bracket is on back order. Now, this was on back order. This was on back order here, but it actually turned up 2 days later. So hopefully it won't take too long for the other bracket to turn up and we can put some bits back on the car then. So I managed to buy a used LED headlight for only £150, which I thought was a bargain. It had a few cracks in the back, but the guy's had to go repairing it himself. I wish he just left it alone. And the headlight's no good. If I turn around by here, I don't know if you can see because it's getting dark now, but he's had a good old go by here of repairing this bit here, look, okay? The problem is, there's one of the mounts there, look, right? He advertised this as all the mounting points intact. I didn't care if it'd be a little bit of a crack in the back by here. I could have welded on myself, but he's had a go. But the problem is, there's supposed to be another mounting point, but there is by, let me try and show you. Well, where I'm pointing now, but there somewhere, there's supposed to be another, but there's supposed to be another mounting point. But it's not. And I've waited 10 days for this to turn up, and it's just wasted my time. The other mounting point is there, look, right? There's one down there, there's two, that one there, three, then there's supposed to be a fourth one there, four, which goes onto the car. It's not there. It's nothing there at all. And you can't even fix it because he's melted it all. So you don't even know where the mounting points are. So there we go. The headlight actually does work. I tested it, but it's not good because it's one mounting point there, one there. It's got to have two mounting points there because if I turn this around and try and show you it, under here, there, and there, that's where part of the DRL is connected onto here. So it's got to be, it's got to have the four mounts on it, otherwise it's no good. So there we go. So I got to send this back now. I don't know. Okay, so I bought another part from Japan. This is the fog light. It's a tiny fog light, but it's LED, and I think that's £280 from the dealer, or £260 with the VAT from the dealer. But I found this on eBay in Japan, and believe it or not, if I showed you the tracking, it went to the airport, I think it was DHL airport, on Monday, early hours Monday, and today is Wednesday. I'm not kidding you. It took 2 days to get from Japan to here. 2 days. Now, it takes 2 days for a Nissan dealer to get a part from one of their warehouses in the UK. So Japan can get from Japan to here within 2 days. And it looks brand new to me, so there we go. And I think that was £80 cheaper. It was £80 cheaper for me to have this delivered from Japan than from the dealer in the UK. So there we go. And I don't know if you can see, but there, look. Don't know if you can see. There's Japanese writing on the newspaper it was wrapped up in. There we go. Fantastic. And here's a bracket I've been waiting for about 10 days, maybe 9 days, 8, 9, 10 days, something like that. I can't remember. They said it might be 4 to 6 weeks, but it's actually turned up. This was on back order, so it has turned up. This is the inner bracket, left hand side for the daytime running light. The only place I could get them was from Nissan, and these clips by here, these little clips. I think it was £11 for 3. They're special type of clips for the fog light, and one of the brackets that goes on the bumper. So that was on back order, but that's actually turned up. Now there's one part on the door, just on the door trim. I don't need that to get the car back on the road, but he said the only place they could get that from was Japan, and it could take months and months. So I'm going to have to try and search for the one piece. But that doesn't matter. I can put the rest of the car back together so I can use the car once I get these on the bumper. Right, so I'm under here. Just put the wheel arch liner on by here. You can see it there, down by there like that. Now, down by here somewhere, in by there, that front drive shaft there is making a clicking noise when you turn it left or right, when you're almost on full lock. So I'm going to have to get one of them. The drive shaft itself is £500 plus VAT, and the end joint is £188 plus VAT. So I'll try and see if I can get away with just the end joint. So it is raining, but you can see I've got the bumper back on by there. There's the bumper on over there. You can still see that the bonnet did suffer some damage here, and where it's been hit down by there, it's lifted this up slightly here, so it's out of line. So I might have to, I don't know if that can be taken to a body shop and hit back up. It's aluminium, this bonnet is. But it's sort of lifted this part of the bonnet up slightly. Bit of a mark there, and that needs to go in the body shop. Just needs a slight tweak, but there needs pulling out slightly. But the line is good, and then the bumper's tweaked up by here. So there's the bumper on there. Again, it's soaking wet. This thing's on by here. All the cameras in and everything. So what am I waiting for? Oh, the only thing I'm waiting for now is there's a little plastic piece that goes up under there. And not this, I got this wheel arch thing. There's a bit like a air defender or something it's called. It goes up under there. I gotta wait. I'm waiting from Nissan. It should be there next week because it's Easter weekend now, isn't it? So, and this part up here, see this part here? There, that bit there. They can't get that part. It's an order from Japan. So, I don't know. The bit I said I couldn't get has turned up. I got this from Glyn Hopkins. I think it's called Glyn Hopkins. Just online. Managed to get that online. So there we go. So I got the last bit that was missing. Woohoo! Now, I don't know how well you can see this by here, but I've just done a scan of the car. It's got ABS fault 6, power steering fault 2, BCM 9. Look, there's loads of faults everywhere on here. Look, loads and loads. Keep going down. And these are all, everything's working on the car. So it might have been a low 12-volt battery at some point when the car was just sitting around, I expect. I'm going to clear all these in a second, and I expect most of them not to come back. The only one I've got on the dashboard down there is for the parking sensors. Everything else is working except the parking sensors. So I'm going to clear these, and I'll come back, and we'll see if everything disappears. Right, so there's the warning left on the dashboard there. If I go to 1 of 1, it says system fault. So it gives you a warning of system fault, then it gives you parking sensor fault. The camera is working there, look. There's the front camera. All you can see is a fence. So the front camera is working. I think you can go through. There's the side camera. There's the front camera. And that's off, says camera back on. So the camera's working. Big drip came down there then. So that's the only warning I've got at the moment. Right, okay, so I have still got a fault with the parking sensor. The bumper's going to have to come off at some point in the future. But at the moment, it's the only car I got, and I'm using the car. I've done about 100 miles. Car drives fine, other than when you put up the steering on a full lock, the CV joint is clicking, so I've got to change the CV joint. And the parking sensor fault is also bringing up an ABS fault. It's not the ABS fault that's faulty, it's just the parking sensor looks for speed from the ABS sensor. So when they're trying to communicate, it brings up a fault. Not a fault, if that makes any sense, but the modern technology, the parking sensors are linked to the ABS module. I don't know why, but they are. So other than that, the car's driving fine. It still needs a little bit of body work. But like I said, at the moment, I've been without a car for a couple of weeks because I sold my other car. I was fixing this car up. I've been without a car for about 3 weeks, and I do not like being without a car. So I'm going to drive this car around, get the CV joint fixed, and I'll sort the other things out at a later date. Anyway, if you did like this video, don't forget to give it a like, subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Ahoy!